Hi, this is Karen with the Bookmarks blog, and this is going to be a quick video on how to do a different kind of a flower. Our other video that I posted from someone else did roses. These are going to be a different flower. They're actually very fluffy, very full, and my cousin and I found these in the silk version in a craft store, so we decided to do a takeoff of the one in the craft store and do one with coffee filters. Coffee filters that we are using are just, like Mr. Coffee filters or the generic brand in the 4 to 8 cup size. What I've done with each one is I take each of these as 2 layers. Took 2 coffee filters, folded them in half, folded them in half a second time, and folded them again. So they come up being triangles. Now, with pinking shears, you're just going to cut straight across the top. So I'm going to cut the top off. Try and get it even. If it doesn't get perfectly even, that's okay. Now, with each one after that, you're going to cut it a little bit shorter. So this next one, I'm going to cut a little shorter. And you can see that it's a little bit shorter. And then with the next one, I'm going to go a little bit shorter yet. Let's move this out a little bit so you can see a little more what I'm doing. So with the next one, I'm going to go a little bit shorter yet. And just cutting them straight across. And I'm doing 2, 3, 4, 5 sets. Okay, so we'll cut this one a little bit shorter yet. And then the very last one will be the shortest because it's going to be the middle of your flower. Now, with each set, you're going to take your regular scissors and you're just going to cut deep. Okay? Starting from the top, you're just going to cut into them while it's folded, and you're going to cut deep. Because the deeper you cut, the fluffier it's going to be. And they don't have to be even. Some cuts might be a little deeper than others. Gives it a more feathery look. Then you're going to snip just the very bottom piece off, just a little tiny snip, because you need your paper clip to be able to go through there. Okay, so now you're going to do that with each set of these. Just cut deep into them. And again, the deeper they are, the fluffier your flower will be. And then cut the snip off the end. Kind of keep them in order so you know which ones are the largest and which ones, from the largest to the smallest. And of course, the more cuts you have, the even fluffier it will be. So if you want wider petals, cut them wider. That just won't be as fluffy. And the very last one. Okay, I need to cut snips off these other ones. Okay, now they're all snipped. And along with these 2 pairs of scissors, you will also need your paper clip, little glue gun, I use low temp, and some floral tape to wrap up your paper clip so it looks more like a stem when you're done. Now you're going to take each section starting with the largest one and you're going to open them up. Might take a little bit to get them open because they're all nice and fluffy. So then the next biggest one is this one. And we'll open them up. And you're going to line up the holes as you lay them inside of each other. You're going to line up the holes. And this is the type of flower where the more layers you use, the bigger and the fluffier your flower is going to be. It won't necessarily get any bigger around because of the size of the coffee filters. If you can find bigger coffee filters, then you can go all out and make some really big flowers. This contest, though, I'm just showing you some basics and of 2 flowers, and then I'm leaving the rest to your imagination. So you just do whatever you want. Now that they're all together, and you're going to take and put your paper clip in the middle, and then bring the flowers up like that. Before I squeeze them all together around the paper clip, tighten this up just a little bit. I'm going to put some glue right around the hole. Okay, so we're going to put some glue right around the hole. Now I'm going to bring this together and just squeeze it at the bottom a little bit, just to kind of hold it in place. Then I'm going to take it and pinch it and twist it at the bottom. Just twist. Okay, the more you twist it and pinch it, the nicer looking it'll be. Okay, you can also take it down where you're twisting it and put a little bit of glue right in where you're twisting it at. And then that'll hold that twist in place. Okay, and then just hold it a little bit. And if there's little spaces, that's okay. I don't think there's really that many perfect flowers out there. And a little more glue to hold that other spot. If you can see what I'm doing, just putting a little bit of glue in spots just to hold it together. Okay, now you want to take your floral tape and what you're going to do is wrap the stem. And just start right at the top. So just kind of turn it upside down and start it at the top. And the easiest way is to hold this and then just twist. And just wrap it around your paper clip. Sometimes the paper clip will twist, other times it won't. Today it's going to be difficult for me. You can also, when you're at the craft store, is just buy some floral sticks. It's floral wire instead of using a paper clip. That comes in handy if you want really long stems. If you're using a short stem because you're making a bouquet, it's, the paper clip might be a lot better to work with. Okay, you just wrap that around, and then you can, go from the top and bring it back around in the opposite direction a little bit before tearing it off. That makes the end of your paper clip not so pointy. Okay, now there's a flower. Now what you also can do, which I did on one of my other ones, and I'll do it on this one, is create, if you've seen some of the bouquets, they have collars underneath. What we're going to do is create a collar, and that's very easy to do. You just take one of your coffee filters, and what you're going to do is cut the circle out of the middle. Because you see the coffee filters are like that. You're just going to cut that circle out. So let's cut the circle out of the middle. And you're just cutting the wavy edges off. And if you want your collar to be a different color, you can color it with craft paint before you do this. And they dry pretty quick. So you're just going to fold it in half. So you fold that circle in half. Then you're going to fold it like a triangle, like a piece of pie. Then you're going to fold it again. Then what you're going to do is cut it in a petal shape. So just going to cut it up and around and down. So that's like that. Then you're going to snip off the very end. And when you open it up, it'll almost look like a flower, but it's... And if you happen to cut that pointy, you'll have points. So if you snipped your thing pointy, you'll have pointed ones like leaves instead of round ones. It's up to you how you want to do it. Now, what you do is you slide this up. So it's going to just kind of just lay there. It's going to just lay there. While it's in that position, put some glue. Put some glue right around where it's going to lay and hold it. Put a little more glue on the other side and hold that. And as an accent, like I said, you can buy brown coffee filters as a little accent, or you can just take, after you cut your disc out, you color the disc before you use it. And what I did when I was doing these the other day was I took one whole one and just made circles. So I just made circles around, and this way I only had to use one filter to do, one filter would do like 5 of these little discs. So that's a different kind of a flower you can make, kind of like a carnation. And then if you want it more perfect, you could just go around and trim it. But when you're trimming the edges, be sure you trim it with your pinking shears. Okay, so you put them together, you put 2 or 3 of these together in different colors, and you have a nice carnation bouquet.